Hi everybody, I hope that you all are doing fine. Today in this video I'm going to talk about Q card. Describe a job you would not like to do in the future. You should say the questions are what it is it difficult or easy, and explain why you do not want to get this job. So before starting this video's model answer, I'm going to request you, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and share with your friends for everyday IELTS speaking videos or related to IELTS material. So let's see the model answer. It was quite tricky for me to decide or think of one, because being a student, I haven't really thought about it yet. So in this video, I have two introductions. The first introduction which I've made if you are a student. So then you can go for the first introduction. In case you are working, so then you can refer to the second introduction which I'll share in a moment. So first let me explain this. It was quite tricky for me to decide. If you're watching my videos for a long time, then you must be aware that you can begin your cue card with this super fascinating line by saying it was quite tricky. So this shows to the examiner, sir, at the time when I was given 1 minute, it was tricky for me to decide or to think, because when examiner gives you 1 minute, so then you prepare for 1 minute. So after preparing for 1 minute, if you say this sentence to the examiner, then examiner thinks that you are a natural candidate, and it shows to the examiner that you have prepared this cue card right in front of the examiner. I mean, sometimes it happens that most of the times students also cram, or I would say mug up IELTS cue cards in advance. For example, mugger cue cards are renowned everywhere these days. So it was quite tricky for me to decide or think of one, because being a student, this means that I am a student, so therefore I haven't thought, right? I haven't really thought about it yet. Yet means that I haven't done it so far. So this is something like which I have not thought about it, and I may think in the future. Second introduction, if you're working, which you can say, which you can use, it was quite tricky to think of one, because I'm already working into my own profession, which I've chosen to work for. But then I suddenly remember a job. So I've decided to talk about teaching profession. So again, you can say it was quite tricky to think of one. And if you're working, so you can say by using present continuous tense. I'm working, I'm already working. So if you use present continuous, and then you say as in past continuous or present perfect, so this shows to the examiner that you have you're showing range in the grammar part, which is really excellent and which really helps you achieve a higher band score. I'm already into my own profession. It could be any profession you are showing to the examiner, sir. I have selected or chosen my own profession and I am in, which I've chosen. So I have, there's a contraction of, I've chosen to work for. But then I suddenly remembered it's a beautiful collocation which go together, and which shows that then I certainly remembered. I mean, in the beginning, I was actually not getting anything that, okay, so what to talk about? I mean, which job to mention here? But then I certainly remembered a job. So I've decided to talk. I've decided when you use this line, this shows that present perfect. So in this paragraph, if you see that yes, there is a past simple, it was quite, then present continuous, I'm already working, then I've chosen present perfect, again I've decided present perfect. So this shows that you're showing range in grammar part. Well, it's quite difficult to say whether this job is challenging or comfortable. The most significant aspect of this job is to disseminate knowledge to others, especially young individuals, in an efficient way. Therefore, teaching would be a suitable option for those who are articulate and patient by nature. Well is a discourse marker. So my dear friends, let me tell you, when you use well, you need to take pause after saying well. Because when you say well, this shows to the listener that you are thinking about it. If, for example, if somebody asks me, hey, how did you celebrate your last birthday? And if I say, well, I enjoyed, that's really incorrect. That's the wrong way. The right way is, well, I enjoyed. There should be a gap. So when you say well, it's quite difficult. So when you use well, so it shows you might have seen or you might have heard saying Bollywood actors when they say so they really take a pause after well. It's quite difficult to say whether this job is challenging. If something is challenging, this is another way of saying difficult or comfortable. So the pronunciation is really here significant because I've heard many IELTS candidates pronouncing comfortable. It's not table, it's comfortable. It's table. For instance, vegetable, that's incorrect. The right pronunciation would be a bowl. When the word ends with able, this becomes a bowl, not able. Comfortable. The most significant means important aspect, which is a fact of this job, is to disseminate. Disseminate means to spread knowledge to others, especially. Especially is a discourse marker. And when you say especially, this means that you're talking about a specific thing, especially young individuals. Young individuals means you're talking about young people, okay? So in an efficient way, in a proper way, therefore, again a discourse marker, therefore we use when you want to say that's why. Therefore, teaching would be a suitable option for those who are articulate. Articulate is an adjective. If somebody is, I would say, if somebody is an articulate, then you can refer to this word refers to that the person knows, how to deliver speech. How to address people, how to tell people, how to train people. Articulate and patient means the person who has patience, right, by nature. Mind you, I'm not thoroughly patient with kids. This explains why there would be a lot of difficulty in training them. Mind you is a discourse marker when you want to say but. So instead of saying but, you can say mind you. I'm not, that's a contraction of I am. Please do not say I am. Try to use some contractions like your, where, there, has, shes, of, you've. So these are the contractions. If you use contractions, so this would be the best way to impress IELTS examiner. Thoroughly. So thoroughly, this word means here very. Patient with kids, this explains why. When you say this explains why, so you can use this to impress IELTS examiner when you want to say so. If you want to say, for example, let's say, I want to go abroad, so I'm watching IELTS videos. So instead of so, you can say, I want to go abroad. This explains why I'm watching IELTS videos. there would be a lot of difficulty in training them. Means it would be hard to train them. The main reason why I won't be captivated to have this job is that it requires great knowledge. And I guess a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. So the main reason why. So when you want to start a sentence with a big is, so instead of this, you could start with the main reason why I want. Want, that's a short form. So when you want to say will not, you can say won't. But the pronunciation of this word is really tricky. So be aware about this, because there could be similarity with the W-A-N-T, want, that's want, but this one is owned, want. So I won't be captivated. When you want to say interested, so don't say interested, that's a basic word. Try to show some range in the vocabulary by using captivated. Interesting, captivating, or fascinated, which means interested. So here I'm using captivated. To have this job is that it requires great knowledge and a guess. So whenever you want to say in IELTS speaking, I think, please don't use I think all the time. So you can say, I guess, I believe, I reckon. So there are many. Little knowledge is a dangerous thing. This is a kind of like idiomatic expression. This means that we should have a proper knowledge about anything, whatever you want to do. Moreover, teachers have to be punctual. To be brutally honest, I'm ashamed to admit I'm not good at it. There could be many more reasons that why I won't be fascinated to have this job. Moreover, this is a connector. I could also say joiners, to try to use some joiners in your cue card. Moreover, apart from this, in addition to this, furthermore, teachers have to be punctual, somebody who comes always on the time. So to be brutally honest, this is a great phrase to impress IELTS examiner. And if you want to have a success in IELTS speaking, so try to show some phrases, idioms, vocabulary, phrasal verbs, adjectives, adverbs, discourse markers, contractions, many things you can show to the examiner for impressing him. So to be brutally honest, this means that you don't care, you don't bother about anything, you say directly, you say straightforward, right? To be brutally honest, I'm ashamed. When you say I'm ashamed, this means that you're embarrassed a little bit. I mean, you're a little bit actually ashamed because that you don't have anything, or you can't do anything, which, I mean, most of the people can. I'm ashamed to admit that I'm not good at it. If you're not good at anything, this means that you can't do that, I mean, in a proper way where other people can. There could be many more reasons that why I won't. Again, there is a will not short form, won't be fascinated. In the previous slide, I've used captivated, but here now I'm using fascinated in order to show range in vocabulary in order to IELTS examiner to have this job. So this was our today's cue card. Everybody, my name is Arun Vashisht, and if you're looking for online IELTS classes, feel free to contact on my WhatsApp number. If you want to take IELTS coaching online, my WhatsApp number is 9872649530. Thanks for watching.